Yes, the ttte&f. It's what is the ttte&f seems of. But some parties, happiness, it means having a bath in the hidden name of a neglect. We do not need to have it as one of the Princess Punda coming in the 4 days. Us Punda how to have baths. We just wash in the mainers and wash in the main tails to make them look clean, so you can't have any bugs in there. Don't need pressure to help you. No, we don't need his help in dropping it alone. For the first time. Yes. You can see what's the meaning. Even if they made it to get so washed. Who needs pressure? They've decided to drop it alone. And who? But surely it's impossible. You can't have one without help. We're even talking the first time when they learned how to clean messes. Well, Applejack, if y'all think I can do it, yes, sir, they know they can do it. It's the Punda. Taylor was talking with the other partners, and then he said, Professor, no, a Kentucky. It's if the partners team. Oh, it sounds like a job they need. We need, sir, a job. Oh, come on, let's meet up with Professor. Hallelujah. Ladies and gentlemen, we have one partner living about the health. Airport check. Oh, sir. They're all clean. Next partner is Thomas. Taylor, you're next. Yeah? Oh, it needs to have a clean butter. Oh, what's her name? Oh, what's her tail? Oh, it's not the tickle. What's her face talk? All clean. Think so. Some lost pattern to turn into it. They don't. This is next off me. I thought that made a bath pattern exerting, and it must be an original pregnancy, but you may have some other nasties in that unicorn pregnancies. People have dated the cleansing of something equal. I did Miss Lumber Potter yesterday in Ireland. And what's the end of the street? and their friends were talking about fun work things they hate to talk today. We're talking the work fun. One, it is we're taking gods within there. Not taking gods within there. Oh, it doesn't get into my fun than that. Come on, the girls. Let's meet up with Hinder. Niet begin. Weet niet. Ben. Well, in substance, the fun jump from her. Of course he talked, in it. Ah, sir, in your What is it? Well, you're taking a church. Not to make a forest. Oh, that's nice. Oh, get to work. And one thing, just to toss something is, because it's not part of this, except you can get a think it. It could mean a different one. We're having fun work. Oh, well, that's the first one. Oh, only dramatical. It torment. It don't think it's fun. Unless someone we want to respect. Yes, ask another partner, sister. I'll keep getting the chairs, but oh, there's only need to get this as a drink. Oh, that's nice. No, but what? Oh, this is good. Oh, doesn't okay. What are you up to? Tell me this much. It's nice once you're up to, but you can't stop ignoring what you want to talk. They're missing you. Oh, hey, wait a minute. Think up to it may be a boring job, but it was me, which is getting fun. Isn't that all? Oh, excuse me. You can't catch me now. You're little. You give it that back. You're talking your mouth. Oh, need a fence over. It. We'll be all grouping to put up said now. Oh, you hate to see. It was some chick now. It sure was. Sure. To take another one from the Snips there. Mr. Partner, if your dad the speed the partner to be challenged, come on, Tweety, and eat the hands on. You've got the third one. Oi, give it back. Into this team, or I don't running motion. Huh? There can be no stopping me now. It's starting to get puffed out. Here's one. Hey, what's on the noise about? Oh, Silver, he made a game out of anything. It's 1-1. Really must say. This is done a lot faster. Leaking on then, drop it all in, ripping up. Winter is something and not something to wear. Yes, it hurt to turn things to get the snow off. It's common to rip up me also. They sing it after singing, saying, what can it mean? Everyone came to serve was others. Got working on that, and things were getting the church set up to lead. Open up and he can talk a thing. A good thing getting his rid of others. The pain around him. Inflict yoke and pain are all just much in his head. And that's the end of the sticks saga. Today's caves are all dogging the cave work. In this cave, the headman connecting in the rubbish are contained. Only because of all caves can be a danger for places. Like the others, this one's got some rockstones. Who touch them? Or just in the rubbish person, not touch the post, I mean. Yes, Tweety. It's what he said. Rockstones. Off longer. Follow makers into the darkness. However, the old cave needing the permanent offer, needing a big explorers into the unknown, and looking for some others. He just put a system, it just that these posts put on the wall. They put the posts it done, it's just clever. It's not good for us. Nothing's gathered in it'd be sugar. Look what he's found. This cost goodness. Again. Oh! What's trouble between this? Let's quit on it. This trigger is missed from midnight. Also, for 12,000 hours. The meats are gone, the back stuffed and skin smashed, the knot is stuck, but it's still in one piece. Well done, Aiden, for that. It's rocking through more. We're knocking some other spots. Oh! We found something else. What's an old doggy in the dog room? And then to lock, someone made a secret room in this cave to pump the rubbish in. It knocks Nick. Postman Pert's place. He was standing there and the rest of the long table crew. Not telling me. Look at this mess it's got. It's found all the post. That has been posted. Well, need never. What a stupid person is this postman Pet. It will take it hard to pressure. It's been a long time, Thomas. Come on, Mark, what is it? Didn't go pressure. We found a tiller in this lot of post he gathered. His father got arrested. Well done or not, he thought he made the post. He didn't deliver proper. Give them to pay. You live a big job delivering us not. On the post. Postman Pet didn't deliver. Was delivered. And Postman Pet is tailored. Thank goodness he got such letters and parcels delivered. He's a snooker. Yes, he is, said Bertha. We found it in the cave, said David. The police will drown him with questions for longer more, said Reporter with a laugh. I hope he doesn't want him to. He will not. He can't return to jail for $8. They all had to laugh. They don't think Postman said with the peace, which they understand believe he is, will not take notice of it. Postman. And that's the end of this week's saga. on this fine summer morning on Tasmania, here no one else to talk to except the little partners of the meeting. This is our treated sparkler sitting with a passenger hadn't seen before. He was a doctor. Cancer was started. He asked about ill a lot and didn't need hospitals. We thought he'd need a nurse, a doctor, maybe, said Percy afterwards. He has workmen or men's engines. However, Percy, this one hurt human beings, this doctor, when they're sick. One morning, Percy in a necklace on me grandma, children as her name is, he asked her to take it for the doctor for his hurt. He has to take it for her. Right, Percy, said Pet. Off he went in his room. So, nurse, you want me, said David. All said the Patrick. Pet came to the doctor of his walking to his car. Oh, hello, sir. Is it letter for someone? Yes, it is, said Pet. Often lost Harper, Terrace, Grandma. Oh, yes, it is wondering if all what favor her. It is finished with a sick person. I'll take it to her. Next day, Panzer was taking the goods from the docks, and she didn't. He had a letter. He read it to his partner friends. This letter's from Janet. Dark Panzer. Just a name to let some good. It came letter from her visits to the hospital. My sister Bob said Thomas says a picture of Law and Thomas, your best friend, and True is a picture of Pettiness and Mistress. Some gifts your father to the delivered from Trinidad. It's got lost, said Tweeded. We heard your a gift from some of your people or came to for. Listen, you're the big bucket top, I suppose? Yes, we did. We hadn't hit it when we were in Ireland. Some surprises from letters and old friends. This has been told for, and let's be earned off this piece of her. kissing the last tarpaulin. Darken darkness, hope with the God's traffic on Princess Bartley. In the summer, when the winter is free, enjoy it, but they don't make it so much when it is wet. The engine needs to be rained on. Gordon even stayed in the tunnel once to avoid it. But there is no turntable at the end of Princess Bartley, so the tender engines always have to travel backwards in one direction. It's not good enough, rumbled Douglas to Percy one day. We can't let that control the potted turntable up high, eh? He probably doesn't think it's worth it. Just me, only brothers, Thomas and Murph, replied Percy. Snorted Douglas. He ought to see reading in a club on a day like this. It's all read so raw. You're the proper bug, tall raw club. It keeps the rain away. When it's coming down in torrents, Donald Murph or nothing. In an effort to keep some of the rain off, the twins crossed the tarpaulins with the curtains down to the front of the tender. Make a sort of tent, or your mate to call it, a treasure tent. This hurt, but if it was winter, it swept and made itself in Dawson's. But at last the weather improved. It did so suddenly that the team and Douglas's Jacob and Seaman had to make a quick turnaround at the big station. The Seaman owner attained to bundle the tarpaulin after into her room and potted out of the way on the back of the tender. Then they had it told me on to take the water for the next journey, just before they set out in the God's tree. The seaman over softening could notice that the tarpaulin had disappeared. Did Tom move it? He asked the David. The David shook his head. Haven't seen it since I took it down, he said. Bother, said the seaman. It must have fallen off in the yard. Let's hope it doesn't rain again before we find it. He reached the dock station safely, but on the way back, had to wait on the hill. Hey, Foster, chained off the wheel. His teeth had opened his injected lip. Cold water came from the tender into his bladder. "Cheer off," he said to the seaman. He did not it made no difference. "Oh," heard Douglas, "he's got such a pain." "Your injectors has failed," said his driver. "There's nothing for it but to drop your fin, then chain the paddle." Meanwhile, Douglas's seaman had craned onto the back of the tender. He checked the level of the water in the tank. He lifted the silicone and poured in. "Well, I'll bet," he exclaimed. "So that's where our tarpaulin went." Seizing a long stirrup, he plunged it into the water and managed to pull the sodden tarpaulin away from the feed pipe. It was blocking the water tank. It was blocking. Water was soon turbing into Douglas's tender once more. But when they reached the yard, the driver and the seaman had a hard job getting the tarpaulin out of the tank. When they finished, they were rather wet, rather cross, rather hot. The seaman vowed never to storm the tarpaulin, nor the water fill it again. The driver intends to make sure he doesn't. And that's the end of this week's saga. Gordon's computer signals. Having to get her a neat connection on the upper laneway that made him miss his path. This had led to more hiccups all the way along the lane. At last, the truck in front of him seemed to be free from obstructions, and as he came fast on a hill, the signals were all moving clear. He raced along, and was about halfway along when the signal 4 yards in front of him suddenly moved back to danger. "Oh, Gordon," said the driver. He put on the brakes to stop. "Listen," said Gordon, "just when we got nothing listen at all." Gordon was, of course, hurricane matched how fast the stopper saw the signal, and the sun may passed when he finally came to a halt. The ferryman got down and walked back to the signal box. Meanwhile, Gordon stood singing crossly. "Stop it, signal," he muttered. "May have caused an accident making a stop quickly," it said. "My Gordon," said his keeper, "small there. There might have been an even worse accident if he hadn't stopped." After the ferryman came back. "Runaway track at the next station," he reported. "It's crowded now, not a signal stand." Gordon set off again, but was of course very late at the big station. The signalman departed. He had thought that Gordon had passed the signal of danger. After some explanation talk from the victim trooper, he was complaining, grumbling. "It's not fair," grumbled Gordon, said. "Signals as trumpet things anyway. Get on a whole lot better. Make them if you'll ask me." Peter was puzzled. "It's certainly and that hope to make things safer, aren't they?" he asked. "Poor Scott Gordon. Just a nuisance, that's all the same, isn't it, so? How long can manage without signals?" thought in the snail. "Probably and got dinner faster," was Gordon after that. But he spoke too soon. At night the wind increased, and the morning a full force gale was streaming across the island. At the junction the gusts became faster, until the purser waiting with his coaches grew alarmed. The wind swept under the station caliper, and the building rocked. Leaves and small branches driven by the wind hit Purser's front. "Ouch!" he exclaimed. "It's the last time we got hit by plant peas." "Come on, Purser," said the taker. "I don't need to knock off the caliper. It's just forward to the signal, so that if it does fall, it won't land on us or the passengers." He warned the guard what he was hoping to do, and eased open Purser's radiator. Purser moved forward. He was just about to stop at the signal when, in the listening end, the fast wind ripped along the platform. There was a sharp crack. And the signal disappeared. One moment it was standing upright. It saw the danger. The next it was laying beside the lane. Its lamp shattered and its waist, saying and Jesus. Let's turn it to pieces deeper. He looked back towards the station caliper as he watched for the more signals rocked and fell, and part of the station caliper lifted clean off its framework to shutter with a crash. On the platform grew. Wow! He exclaimed. Let's get out of here. We don't, said the driver. Not with those signals gone. It picked up the signal box and fingered up the door. The feeling was gone of a long time. He came back, looking glum. The signalman's got harder, he said, but he's lost all the signals. Control is cancelled everything until Ferdman can get out. But he got permission of us to go since our route said, oh, but the last one of the whale, he reckoned, he was bait. Things were at a standstill for some time, but at last men with red green flags were posted everywhere, signals, guarded crossings, all points. Jailers were all instructed to proceed with caution until they were shown a green flag at each place. It meant so hoping, but at least the chains were moving again. Gordon was thirsty. He had to stop twice before he reached the platform. He grumbled like anything, and she stopped. Henry faced the other way. Who could believe when we get our signals back? He remarked Peter. You're late today, Gordon. I thought you got on faster with those signals. The birds are up. Feeling all right, Tara? Gordon snorted. With that movement, a segment in front of him floated green flag. Gordon went as quick as he dared, and at the end of the speech, Tara